Hello, my name is GregTech and welcome back to our GregTech New Horizons Season 2. I was just looking in NEI for random things, and I noticed there is a whole bunch of different things. Planetary gas siphon? What? They build on a space station orbiting a gas planet. Well, that sounds cool. I have no idea where or what this would pump. What type of gas? I don't know if there's anything cool that we can pump out of, like, say, around Jupiter. I don't know if there's a way to see that. Is it... I mean, I doubt it's gonna... I doubt it would say anything, would it? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. No idea about that. Also, I saw these things, chunk loaders. I have no idea if that's... Are those new? I don't remember seeing those before, but that recipe is god-awful. So, yeah, I'm just going with the anchors for the most part. Just because I don't think chunk loading should be like a mechanic. It's just, I can see it like on servers being a mechanic, but like on a single player world, like I don't care. I just want to have my world chunk loaded, and I don't think it needs to be difficult. I've always thought that about Minecraft. That is just a technical limitation, I think. But okay, so anyway, we're over here, and I've noticed this thing is actually not keeping up with our ore washing plant. It doesn't really matter. It just turns off, and then it usually clears that out. I should have a bigger output bus, but it doesn't. I think it really matters because it's going to fill up either way. So there we go. It's emptying out the stone dust. But yeah, so that is running. Also, I noticed you can no longer, the portable scanner, no longer, you actually have to target something for it to work, which is a bit, just feels kind of funny. Because usually if I wanted to check the pollution, I would just run around right-clicking, but now it actually has to be on something. But we can see the pollution is actually up pretty high, probably because this thing is running, like these are all running continuously, almost. And yeah, we got some darkness from the pollution. That is definitely a thing. Once this turns off, though, it'll dissipate. Still got 14,000 more of that to go. I noticed we had pollution because I flew over here to check if the stocking input buses were unhooked, and it appears, joining the world, they did not break like they did when they were facing, when I had it facing outward. It appeared to break when I loaded back into the world, but it looks like if you have it facing down, it doesn't break. So that's good to know. All right, so that is that. Now I think I'm going to, obviously I want to get this craziness going today. We'll fix our farm that got broken. So sad. We do have carrots here, but they're not very good. They're just 10-5. These will be okay. The weeds can't reach them. But yeah, we'll have to get that sorted. But I was also thinking, since I ran into a minor little issue, and it's going to get worse as we progress here, and I don't want stuff getting voided because it runs out of power. And the issue is I'm only outputting 3 amps of LUV. Because I don't have an LUV energy hatch yet. We just have the IV one times 4 or whatever, and then this is, or 16, is it 16? I think it is. Yeah, we have the IV 16, and then it's transforming it up into LUV. So I'm thinking, until I can get the transformer, which is going to be a long time, because I can't, or the output dynamo. Oh my goodness, I couldn't think of the word there. What is this? What is a rainbow? Oh, that's that wireless thing. Hey, Colin. I think they are, yeah, they're after assembly line. Oh, hello, Infinity. Yeah, that is a long, long way away. Uh, so we could do. I'm trying to think how we want to do this. Either we do another 16 dynamo, which this isn't the end of the world, but that's what I was trying to look at. Yeah. So this obviously needs LUV. Everything else, well, the ultra high we probably can't do yet. It needs, yeah. Although I think we can do, can't we do the cutting machine? Can't we overclock it with two energy hatches? We might be able to actually do that. But a lot of this stuff is going to be a bit of an issue. So I'm thinking I may just do a second. Well, that's weird. Notice that. Underneath it's not yellow. It looks like it's off. I was thinking maybe just adding another hatch and then having 8 amps of LUV. Now, I don't want to upgrade that entire line. We won't do that until we get to ZPM. So I'm thinking I might actually do diodes to limit the amount. So I want diode, yeah, diode of 4. See if we can actually craft that. Yeah, we have that. Yeah, we can actually, excuse me, we can actually craft that. So I'm thinking I might put that there. And then put one there as well. And then this can only accept 1 amp of LUV anyway. Yeah, so I think that's what I'm going to do. So let's get started with that. I'm going to craft up the... What did I say I was going to craft up? Dynamo, IV, 16 amp. Although I could do the 64. Is that getting crazy? I think it would be easier just to do a 16 and then a transformer up. Okay, we are back, and I've gone ahead and decided I wanted to craft up, when it does that, the 64 amp dynamo. It's more complicated than just crafting up like another 16 amp, obviously, but I thought that would get us 16 amps of LUV power. This, if I did another 16 amp, that would only give us 8, so we're kind of preparing for the future. 16 amps of LUV power is going to last us for quite a while. But we are finding more broken recipes. The sodium potassium used to be a chemical reactor. It was like 3 sodium and 2 rock salt, or no, 3 sodium and 2 potassium. Now it is liquid sodium with rock salt, which that makes me a little bit sad because I have a lot of potassium. But now that is not using it. I don't know. Maybe we'll find another use for that. But yeah, we don't use that anymore. I mean, I could mix it with chlorine to get rock salt if I want to go that way. We do use that for this stuff, potassium nitrate, or one of these we do use it for. Anyway, let's not worry about that right this second. We do have a bunch of rocks. Okay, we don't have a bunch of rock salt. We don't craft these up a lot anyway, though. Plus, I have a whole bunch of rock salt over here that needs to be processed. I just haven't got to it. Okay, so basically what this is we have to distill rock salt in liquid sodium, and liquid sodium is with a fluid heater. Sodium in a fluid heater. I think this is the easiest way. I could do liquid helium is the other way. I think it was a 30K. No. What is it? Anyway, it doesn't. Yeah. HE coolant cell. I could do liquid helium. That requires a vacuum freezer. Well, I don't want to do that. So we'll just do it this way. So I am probably going to put it right here. Fluid heater, distillery, canner. So I need to craft more of those up. And I decided I was going to move my... upgrade my compressor. Eventually this will be in a multi-block. But I figured go ahead and do that. And then I was trying to figure out where I'm going to put my compressor, and I realized this wasn't running anymore. And silicon dioxide recipe has changed. This used to be just a molecular separator, gives you silicon to oxygen. Yeah, no more. That has been turned into either this recipe, you mix it with magnesium to get the silicon out, or you can mix it with hydrofluoric acid. Mix it with aluminum. So yeah, there is no longer that super duper easy farm up silicon dioxide and get silicon. So I'm just gonna have to break this down completely. This is completely useless now. But one thing that can go. We're just gonna throw, I'm gonna throw this compressor right here and just basically move it from here. Actually, this will make it easier. Okay. And then throw these in here. So yeah, still finding still finding broken recipes. We're probably going to be finding them for quite a while. All right, cool. So there's that molecular assembler. I won't get rid of that. We might use it again. But I don't think we need that. Don't think we need that. We don't need that. That can go away as well. So this is done. And I'm probably going to do it similar to the way I did it over here. We'll just send the items where they need to go. See, here's the sodium and potassium. That recipe is broken. So this setup doesn't work anymore. I'm basically just going to replace it over here. Okay, that should do it. Yep, there we go. Easy enough. It just is, you know, an added little added step, not too big of a nerf. Instead of 2 machines, it's now 3. Okay, so it did that. There we go. All right, so it is starting to craft up the rest of it. Now, I also need cable diodes. Did those craft? Yes. Okay, cool. So there is the cable diodes. I've gone ahead and made recipes for the LUV machine holes and all that. Because this is actually the first time we've crafted them up. LUV stuff. Don't know. I've never crafted these automatically. I've always done them manually. I've only done it one other time. So we'll see if I have set everything up. Don't think I set silver. I think it's electrum and what's the 64 amp one? Remember? Tungsten. I forgot to set those. All right, cool. Also, I had that turned off because I still haven't got the HPIC wafer set up. So I have to do that manually. Okay. All right, easy enough. So there is those. Now I need to craft up some more HSSG cables. Now I do need to do 16 amps, but we're going to put a 4 amp diode there and a 4 amp diode there. So technically I only need, if I had 4 amps going there, 4 amps going there, and 1 amp going there, I really only need a 9 amp cable coming down here, because it would never be able to be higher than that. But I should probably just go for 60 amp. Also, the annoying kind of bit is I couldn't use, I really couldn't use the dynamo that we already had, because then my base wouldn't run if I I broke that. So I did have to craft up a whole brand new IV dynamo, even though there's a 16 amp one in there. Okay, let me do the HSSG. I guess we'll do, yeah, we might, it's either we do 2x, which isn't going to hold enough, or we just do 16, which is as much as we'll ever be able to pull down there, so we might as well do that. Okay, I've gone ahead and done a backup because I have been known to explode my base. So there is the 64 amp dynamo. Let me make sure I get the right one. There is the 16. So up. Is that right? Yeah. No. Down. That is the LUV. Now if I hit it with this, if I blow up the base, I'll put LUV 16 amps. Cool. All right. I always get nervous with these transformers. Okay, so I think that should be it. Now I'm gonna paint this. I should probably turn the thing on. It's not on, that's why it's not outputting it. Oh god, please don't blow up. Okay, no blow ups. I think we did it. Are we good? Everything okay? Well, that probably turned off now that I'm thinking about it. It's still full of water though. That just acts as a buffer to my heat exchangers. We still get water from the actual turbines as well. I don't know why those were there. All right. So minor issue. Oh no, that's just not connected. There we go. I was like, oh god, it's not outputting power. What's wrong? Okay, cool. All right. So there we go. We can output 16 amps of LUV into the base now. But like I said, we have 2 diodes here. So I didn't have to replace all that cabling quite yet. But we will probably upgrade it as I go. And I think we'll stick with the HSSG cable. I don't think there's any reason to go with the superconducting cable. We don't really need it at this point. The cable loss isn't that bad. And plus, I mean, it does hold 16 amps in one little cable, which is nice. But you're talking enderium and electric pumps. So 1 electric pumps for every 15. I mean, it does add up after a while. And you need liquid helium. And you need quite a bit of this, which we are going to need eventually. I think for the... So we need a whole bunch of the superconducting wire for the fusion reactor. Anyway, that's a long way away. Okay, so that is that. I still have a few things. I still need to sort out this stuff, but I think I'm gonna go until before I do that. I want to set up my farm, start getting that fixed. I also threw a tank right here. I got tired of holding this stuff, and we actually make a What turned off? Why did it turn off? This thing feels... occasionally feels a bit funny, and I don't know. Did it just use all the... no? Alright. Why aren't you working? Did it... oh! Probably because it was running and I broke the thing. So all this stuff that I didn't have the machine controller on probably turned off. Which might be just some stuff over here. Yeah, this stuff probably... oh, maybe not. Did it finish? Oh, it did almost finish all that stuff. Did you break? Oh, alright, so... maybe... maybe not. We'll probably find something that broke. But, okay, cool. Okay, randomly found another thing that had broken. The oil wasn't working. And that is because apparently they've added a circuit to it, I guess. I don't know. Oh, because there's two now. You either do 9 or... I guess you do a bucket, or... I feel like that should be a 10. If that's a 1, that should be a 10. But it looks like you get one more little thing out of it. Naphthenic? No idea what this is for. Oh gosh. What is that? What is this scariness? Naphtha. Dimethyl something. This stuff is scary. What are you for? Liquid crystal Kevlar. Oh boy, Kevlar fiber? Woven Kevlar? Kevlar plate? What is that for? I'm not seeing like any use for it. Is that for a future thing? Anyway. Kevlar rotor. Interesting. It's like a different, it's a new ingot or something like that. Alright. It might be used for something. I haven't found it yet though. Okay, let's just do... I don't have it set up to output that. Dang it. Input hatches do not... fluid hatches don't have a thing to do like input buses. Alright, also you can shift like do that, and you don't have to use a thing anymore, which is amazing. Okay, there we go. That is running. Also, this one has changed while I'm over here. The charcoal byproducts. You either do a 3, or there's a 4 that gives more, or the 1. I don't know which one is... honestly, I can't remember what the... oh, it's right there. Dimethylbenzene. It was the 1,2, I guess, is it. So I'm just... we're not even saving the 1,2. I just got to figure out which one. Alright, so 1 is what I was doing before. So that's interesting. They've added products to it if you want. But I just want that running and producing stuff, filling up my tanks. I don't really care about the other stuff yet. We might at some point. Okay, so I'm gonna keep crafting up. We're working towards this. We do have new glass, which is a bit of a pain. I'm gonna have to get a fluid solidifier. We're gonna have to get an IV one, which is not the end of the world, but we're going to have to start getting into some of these more complicated glasses anyway. So might as well do it right now. Did we use this for anything anymore? I don't remember. Oh, yeah, apparently we do. That's right, I mixed these with sodium in a chemical reactor. I forgot about that. Okay, it looks like these recipes have been changed. I am a big fan of the change. Originally, you had to go up the tiers, so if you wanted EV, you would have to craft up HV, code it in whatever thing, and you get the EV. And then if you wanted the IV glass, you would have to use the EV glass and coat it with whatever IV material it was. So you would have to go up the things, and it was crazy. The higher tier ones were just like thousands of ingots because you had to do so many tiers. But it looks like each one is just the HV now, coated in whatever tier that is at the tier right below. So IV would require EV. So that has been made much, much easier. I like that. Because I remember like one of them had like 30 ingots of like nickel or something like that for one piece of glass. It was crazy. So glad to see that has changed. Also, I moved my rock breaker and it appears it is either bugged or it has changed. I don't know if there is a way to switch the mode or something like that, but putting redstone in there no longer, it doesn't use the redstone anymore, even though that says it's the recipe. It only seems to be doing the cobblestone recipe. So not sure if that is a bug or I need to like hit it with something to change the mode, or is it, you know, like one of those. It doesn't show that it needs a circuit or something, but I don't know. Let's get this set up. Now you may notice there's two different things. One is because the fluid extractor requires that tier, and I can't easily make it right now. I can do it manually, the thorium, the yttrium stuff, but that is kind of a pain at the moment. Whereas this one, I can just use EV glass, which is easy. So I've just gone ahead and done EV for this. And this one actually doesn't, I don't think this needs to be upgraded. Melting down ingots is quick. And yeah, I don't think we're ever going to have to upgrade that. We will have to upgrade the fluid solidifier though, when we want to do the next tier up. Okay, cool. I was just thinking, do we need a mold? We don't. So we'll just do this. Dang it. A short one conduit. No, I wasn't short one conduit. I need to put the chest here, of course. I think this is the easiest way to do it. I could be wrong though. So basically we're just going to do insert. No, I've done this wrong. This needs to go here. Because this is outputting into here. I had it in front of the wrong one. Alright, let's try this again. Alright. That. EV, IV, LUV. That will go in there. Output, and then with this we'll do, I probably need a bigger filter. This can only do 5. Oh well, it'll be fine for now. There's only 3 things going in there. Titanium, tungsten steel, and rhodium. I mean, this gets us up to IV, so maybe we're not gonna have to change it for a long time actually. And then this is just gonna be the borosilicate. HV. I mean, there is a lot of tiers. Oh yeah, just kidding. That's just that, but different colors. Right. So there is UHV, UEV. Yeah, but obviously we're not there. Okay, so I think that is it. I can just do IV. Well, I need Need that. Yeah, that is it. It's not super fast, is it? Maybe I will upgrade it. Now that I have an easier way to... Oh, that's a slow recipe. Also, I do like how you can see the recipe. Oh, it is 40 seconds. I didn't realize that. Looks like they're each 40 seconds for that tier. So that's something. But okay, well, there we go. Those are those glasses. We got that set up. All right, I'm going to have to set up our tungsten process here because looking at this extreme industrial greenhouse, there is 4 of these world accelerators and they are rather expensive. So we're going to need graphene and scheelite. Everything else we have got, not a problem, but I do need to set up my getting all this tungstate processed. And I think I'm actually going to also fix my tungsten ingots. Now that we have our power upgraded, I can build more blast furnaces. So we can deal with that. And we'll have to figure that out. But basically, I'm going to set this up. Also, I have finally... Not finally, but I have set up... I've set up this industrial electrolyzer to process some of this sodium hydroxide dust. We have 80,000 of it. Basically, if you don't know, we get this from producing chlorine. We are producing in our saltwater chlorine. I didn't realize, or I totally forgot that that was giving us hydrogen as well. I set that up. Maybe I could have it go into the hydrogen tank instead of being voided. I'm pretty sure it's being voided. But yeah, we're producing that every time we produce chlorine. But I don't want to use all this up because it is used in other processes. I don't remember which ones we're doing. But, oh yeah, our epoxid uses that. So what I've gone ahead and done is just use a level emitter underneath. So keep 10,000 in stock. Once it drops below that, this will turn off. And it is an export bus with a redstone card to be active with a signal. So as soon as we drop below 10,000, this will turn off and stop putting that in there. But I want all the sodium because we use sodium quite a bit. So that is what that is doing. All right, cool. So that is that. I just wanted to point that out. Now I need to finish this. And I think I can just put this in here. This produces the scheelite. I have salt, and this is producing lithium. That is being piped out into the A system. But this scheelite is going to go in here. I need another filter on this. So I just realized these conduits have been switched to the 112 version. Holy cow. I didn't even realize that. These are no longer the 1.7 version of the weirdness where you have to click through. I just realized, yeah, this is how they are in 112. I hadn't even realized that. That is amazing, because I really didn't like the way the old, where you had to like click through the things and insert and extract weren't both there. All right, so insert. That'll put the scheelite in there. And then the scheelite gets mixed with hydrochloric acid, right? Yeah, now I don't think we can just recycle this back into this one. So we'll probably need a filter here as well. I'll just borrow one of these. But I think this is... I think this process just... We need 3 of these to get 6 scheelite. And then the 6 scheelite, when mixed in hydrochloric acid, gets 3 of these back. So I can just run that through that process. And I don't know if we have any other use for this, to be honest. I don't think we do, so I can actually just... This is all from all the other times I processed tungsten. I was never dealing with it. I just had it going in there. So I can actually break this all down if I want to, which I might. But, all right, so that just needs hydrochloric acid, and then that will be our... I think that will be our thing. I can actually just put that on back. And do that. Yeah, so I could... I'm just thinking, I'm like, the calcium chloride... No, we're not using that, just kidding. I was just thinking if we can reprocess the hydrochloric acid. I think that one... Where are you, by the way? Where's my hydrochloric acid? Is that you? Yeah. I don't think we get hydrogen back from this process, so we'll just... Wrong one. We'll just recycle the... Oh. That probably has no insert from the back. Yep, there we go. Alright, cool. So yeah, we need to extract that. That should put the calcium chloride back in there. Yep, cool. And then tungstic acid needs to go in here. Alright, and then I'm going to build... There we go, cool. Now I'm going to build... I think I'm going to have its own separate couple blast furnaces for tungsten, but we're going to have to do that next episode. So, as always, thanks for watching. Oops. Let me try that again. I wanted it to be right here. Blast furnace. There we go. Alright, so as always, thanks for watching, and have a good one.